What's up guys, my name is TG Fighting Analyst and I'm back with you with another prediction video. This prediction video, everybody, is going to be Anthony Joshua versus Otto Wallin. Alright, so this is going to be a very good event, everybody. I honestly cannot wait for it. It is going to be an insane event. Alright, so we're going to start off with Anthony Joshua versus Otto Wallin. Okay, so we all know AJ, everybody. Anthony Joshua, very big pay-per-view seller, massive, when it comes to the pay-per-view sales on Anthony Joshua. Now, not other than that, AJ has fought some good fighters. He beat Wladimir Klitschko, he beat him, and he bet some very good fighters. He bet Pulev as well. He bet some good decent fighters. He also did beat what's his name, Dillian White. He beat Dillian White as well, I think 2 times. Or maybe it's not 2 times. No, he only beat him the 1 time. Anthony Joshua, everybody, when he took that L to Andy Luiz, to me, he's not the same fighter. Yes, he did fight Andy Luiz, but in that rematch, he looked really good. He actually did look really good on that rematch. But after that rematch, I don't know what happened to his style after that rematch. Because I remember that rematch, he was pinpointing, he had this style, he was doing very well against Andy Luiz. But then after Andy Luiz, his style just looked so weird. I don't know, because against Pulev it looked weird. It looked more weirder against Usyk as well. 2 times. I remember he fought Usyk twice, and it looked like his style was exactly the same. And, it's since the Luiz defeat, he hasn't been that same fighter. And he did beat that by Franklin. But come on, everybody. I mean, that Franklin fight was really bad. It was actually painful to watch because, Anthony Joshua did not put on a good performance that night. And, that wasn't his last fight. His last fight was that by that Wilder knocked out. But yeah, I mean, Anthony Joshua, he's a decent fighter, but I don't know, he's a record. He has, how many losses does he have now? 3? Yeah, 3 losses. Yeah, so that's Anthony Joshua, everybody. Just break it down people's record. So we got the next one, Otto Wallin. So I don't know Otto Wallin. I know they did lose to Tyson Fury. He did put on a good fight against Tyson Fury. He's a good pressure fighter. You just never know, everybody. Otto Wallin, good fighter, decent. Well, I wouldn't say a good fighter. He's a decent fighter. He put on a good performance against Tyson Fury. He did cut Tyson Fury in the eye, which was quite crazy to see. He was able to cut him. It was a punch that done it, and it was the right eye, I think he cut. And that really bothered Tyson Fury. And, Otto Wallin was able to take advantage of that and actually had success, but it just wasn't enough. And, Tyson Fury did win by decision. And I don't think Otto Wallin has fought. I think he has fought since, but I don't think he has fought very good competition since that loss to Tyson Fury. But I don't know when his recent fight was. But that's all Otto Wallin, everybody. Don't know much about him really, except that defeat from Tyson Fury. But other than that, everybody, so my prediction in this fight is going to have to be Anthony Joshua by unanimous decision. All right, this could be wrong. This could be very wrong, everybody. But I'm just going to run these predictions. So we got the next fight. So the next fight is going to be Bivol versus Arthur. So Dimitri Bivol versus Lyndon Arthur. So Dimitri Bivol, everybody, we know he won from that boy Joe Smith Jr. He did beat the likes of Canelo as well. He did beat Zero Ramirez. That's right. Good noticeable wins right there, and he has a solid record. I don't know. I think it's 21-0. I think it's 21-0. It's either 22 or 21. Yeah, something. Yeah, it's either one of them two. But guys, Bivol is a very good technician fighter. We all know Dimitri Bivol, very good fighter. Very good fighter indeed, and he's fighting out of Russia. But he originally was from somewhere else. He's not from Russia. He's from somewhere else. But yeah, so that's Dimitri Bivol, everybody. So we got Lyndon Arthur. So Lyndon Arthur, everybody, good, decent fighter. he did beat Anthony Yard, and then he lost to Anthony Yard. He lost to Anthony Yard, and I think that was his only defeat. But his last fight, everybody, did not look good. On Channel 5, his last fight looked absolutely terrible. He was able to win it, but I can't remember the fighter's name, but he was struggling so bad in that fight. It was unbelievable. Lyndon Arthur, everybody, the thing is about Lyndon Arthur, he's a good technician fighter, but I just believe that there's not really a lot of power in his shots. It seems like he struggles to sit down on his punches. And I honestly think, Dmitry Bivol literally is just too much. It's just simply too much. He's a technician fighter, and he's going to just able to break down Lyndon Arthur slowly as the rounds go on, just like what Anthony Yard did. Anthony Yard went for the body. He broke down Lyndon Arthur slowly as the rounds went on. He made adjustments in the rematch, and he broke Lyndon Arthur. I got Dmitry Bivol by stoppage. I honestly think he can stop Lyndon Arthur probably at the 7th, 8th round. I think I'm going to give that for Dmitry Bivol. I think that's a good prediction. I'm not too sure, but I think so, because Lyndon Arthur's been stopped at Anthony Yard, and I think Bivol does have the thud, because he has knockouts. He has stopped people before. It's not like he's not known for a power puncher. He is. He hurt Canelo many times. And I don't know if Lyndon Arthur has that Canelo heart. I do not see it. And Zutter Ramirez would have heart as well. He does heart and guts as well. So, they just got schooled. But I think Lyndon Arthur is not going to hold up the pace. And I think he's going to break. And I think Dmitry Bivol will win by stoppage. All right. So going on to the next one. So there's Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker. And you might saying, oh, who's going to win. You're going to know who's going to pick. But anyway, so we're going to go through these people here. So, there's Deontay Wilder, where we Deontay Wilder, he bet Stavern, he bet Luis Ortiz twice, he knocked out multiple fighters, that by, he fought Tyson Fury 3 times, lost twice to Tyson Fury, draw the first fight. He beat the guy that Anthony Joshua recently. What was his name again? Fucking, I can't remember. But he defeated him, and he knocked him out. He's known the guy to getting knocked out. Hercules, not Hercules. What's his name? It begins with H. I'm forgetting here. Don't know. It begins with H. Let me know. But yeah. He did beat him, and he's no one to get knocked out. He's known to be very chinny, and yeah. So Deontay Wilder has some decent good wins. Everybody, not the best resume. A lot of it's padded. I don't know who else, what other wins he did that are very, very noticeable when it comes to Dominic Breezel would have been, Dominic Breezel as well, yeah. Okay, so that's, down to Wilder. So Joseph Parker, everybody, Joseph Parker, good fighter as well. Joseph Parker, he did lose to Joe Joyce, lost to Anthony Joshua, and he won his recent fight. Though he did win his recent fight. And, Joseph Parker is a good fighter, everybody. He's a good technician fighter. But sometimes he can end up getting just swarmed in there when it comes to getting manhandled. He does look small in there compared to a lot of heavyweights, especially against Joe Joyce. I remember Joe Joyce was breaking down Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker looked very small against Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce looked way bigger compared to Joseph Parker. But not just that, Joseph Parker did not have the power to hurt Joe Joyce at all. It wasn't given any hesitation to Joe Joyce whatsoever. There was no sting off them. Size doesn't matter. It's all about sitting down your punches, and it's all about that. It's all about natural power. And just Joseph Parker just doesn't have that natural power than most heavyweights, you know what I mean? It's like He's like Frank Sanchez. Well, Frank Sanchez is a good fighter, but in the same time, he probably would be that same route when it comes to not sitting down his punches enough. But he's a very good technician, sound, tactical fighter, and a very sharp fighter. But he wouldn't sit down much in his punches, which mean he won't create a lot of thud in his punches. He would just dare to outbox you. You know what I mean? But in this fight, everybody, I got Wilder by knockout. And you're going to say why? Because Joe Joyce knocked him out. Joe Joyce, Joe Joyce is not as a good fighter as people say he is, everybody. He's very basic. Yes, he has a good jab, but he's very stationary. He doesn't have a lot of head movement. And he was able to knock out Joseph Parker in dominant fashion. And I think Wilder will do the same. I think Wilder will do the same, and yeah, so I got that pick. So I got Deontay Wilder by 9th round KO. So we're going to go on to the Daniel Dubois versus Jamal Miller. So Jamal Miller, so this one, everybody, good, decent fight. Now, just Miller, I do not know Big Baby Miller. I don't know his fights because he's been off. He's been out of this ring for so long, and I have never seen really his fights. So there's no point talking about his career. But all I know is that he is a good explosive fighter. I did see a couple of his fights, but I don't know their names. But I know that Jamal Miller is an explosive fighter, right? But no, Daniel Dubois. He did beat the likes of that man, what's his name? He did beat, he lost to Joe Joyce, right? We all know that he lost to Joe Joyce. He did beat that guy that was from Australia. I was able to stop him, but that was a weird fight. That was a very weird fight. I remember he got dropped multiple times in that fight and was able to recover and come back. But, Daniel Dubois, I don't know, everybody. He's chin sauce in there, But Daniel Dubois is a good, strong puncher, you know what I mean? Yes, he did lose to Usyk. Yes, he did get knocked out. And I didn't think he was going to get knocked out. I actually had that fight going to the distance. No, Usyk was able to stop him by a jab. Quite crazy, everybody, Daniel Dubois, everybody. Everybody. So, no, Daniel Dubois had some good, decent wins. And in this fight, I don't know what to do because I don't know Jamal Miller at all. I don't know. I'm going to go for Daniel Dubois by stoppage, 10th round. I think he's going to be able to stop Miller because... See, I know Miller has been out of the game, out of the boxing game. He's fought nobody. He's fought nobody I would ever know. I got to do a bit more research on this guy Miller because I haven't a clue who he has fought. I have no idea. I'm going to have to go for Daniel Dubois by stoppage, 10th round. I am not biased. It's just I do not know Miller enough to know who's going to win. I could be definitely wrong here. I could be definitely wrong, and Daniel Dubois, yes, he could very well might get stopped again. It's a possibility because he got dropped by an unknown Australian 3 times in that fight, and he was able to come back and win it. But it was weird. He did a stanky leg, and it was crazy. But that man had a record of it was 28-1 or so, or 26-1. Yeah, I can't think of his name. I keep forgetting his name too. But he had a fight recently. I think it was on YouTube. It went viral. But he was able to beat that opponent. And but yeah, so that's it, everybody. So I'm just gonna recap on what I just predicted. So I got Anthony Joshua by unanimous decision. I got Dimitri Bivol versus Lyndon Arthur by Bivol by stoppage at the 8th round. I got Deontay Wilder by KO in the 9th round, and I got Dubois by stoppage in the 10th round. Alright guys, so that's the Day of the Reckoning card, massive stacked heavyweight card coming right here in December 23rd, 2023. Alright guys, peace, Merry Christmas, and peace.